Here's the top stories for August 11th. President Marcos bears disturbing findings in the flood control mess, including that 20% of projects nationwide were awarded to only 15 contractors. Two Chinese vessels collided while chasing a Philippine Coast Guard ship in the West Philippine Sea. Senator Lacson is confident the archived impeachment case against Vice President Sara can be revived if the Supreme Court reverses its ruling. Gorio will not affect the Philippines or strengthen the habagat, says PAGASA. A magnitude 6.1 earthquake hit Turkey's Balikesir province, killing at least one person and collapsing buildings. President Marcos has found disturbing statistics in the overall flood control projects in the country, including the distribution of 20% of projects nationwide to only 15 contractors. Marcos held a press conference on Monday morning, August 11th, to reveal several key points of the ongoing investigation of flood control projects, and to announce the rollout of a website dedicated for the probe and assessment, which includes a citizens' report mechanism. In revealing the initial findings, the president said, "I think it is interesting for people to look into so that it can be a guide as to where maybe the problem has risen." 20% of the entire $545 billion flood control projects were awarded to only 15 contractors, Marcos bared, adding that 5 of them had contracts around the Philippines. This piece of information, Marcos said, stood out the most and must be closely investigated. A China Coast Guard vessel collided with a Chinese Navy warship while pursuing a Philippine Coast Guard ship in Bajo de Masinloc, West Philippine Sea on Monday, August 11th. PCG spokesperson for WPS Commodore J. Tariela said the collision occurred during a humanitarian mission of the PCG in Bajo de Masinloc. According to Tariela, PCG ships BRP Teresa Magbanwa and BRP Suluan and fish carrier MV Pamamalakaya were distributing fuel and other supplies to around 35 fishermen in Bajo de Masinloc through the Kadiwa Para sa Bagong Bayaning Mangingisda initiative when they encountered hazardous maneuvers and blocking actions from Chinese vessels. He said BRP Suluan was targeted with a water cannon by a Chinese ship, but the seamanship skills by PCG crew members allowed the vessel to successfully evade from getting hit. A video clip released by the PCG showed BRP Suluan being sandwiched by 2 Chinese vessels while sailing in Bajo de Masinloc, a shoal located 124 nautical miles east of Zambales, but tightly guarded by Chinese forces. The PCG issued radio challenge to the Chinese vessels, informing them that they were illegally operating within the exclusive economic zone of the Philippines. Senator Panfilo Ping Lacson said on Sunday, August 10th, that he is confident that the impeachment case against Vice President Sara Duterte can be revived and pulled out from the Senate's archives should the Supreme Court reverses its ruling. Lacson, a member of the Senate minority bloc, said he is ready to bring this up when this happens and take his colleagues' words to heart that they will respect the SC's decision. Should there also be changes in the Senate leadership, or if the sentiment of the senators also change, Lacson is confident that the articles of impeachment can be removed from the archives and be discussed by the impeachment court. Severe tropical storm Gorio continues to move westward but remains far from the Philippine landmass, posing no direct threat to the country. The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration said on Monday, August 11th. As of 11 a.m., Gorio was located 1,170 kilometers east of extreme northern Luzon, with maximum sustained winds of 110 kilometers per hour and gusts up to 135 kilometers per hour. PAGASA weather specialist John Manalo said the severe tropical storm may intensify into a typhoon within the next 12 hours. Based on the latest forecast, Manalo said there is no direct impact from the severe tropical storm on any part of the country, as the clouds and strong winds remain distant from the Philippines. He added that there is also no indirect effect, such as an enhancement of the southwest monsoon, locally known as the habagat. A magnitude 6.1 earthquake struck Turkey's northwestern province of Balikesir on Sunday, killing at least one person and causing more than a dozen buildings to collapse, officials said. At least 29 people were injured. The earthquake, with an epicenter in the town of Sindirgi, sent shocks that were felt some 200 kilometers to the north in Istanbul, a city of more than 16 million people. An elderly woman died shortly after being pulled out alive from the debris of a collapsed building in Sindirgi, Interior Minister Ali Yerlikaya told reporters. 4 other people were rescued from the building. Yerlikaya said a total of 16 buildings collapsed in the region, most of them derelict and unused. 2 mosque minarets also tumbled down, he said. None of the injured were in serious condition, the minister said. Stay updated with the latest news. Visit our website at www.mb.com.ph or follow us on social media. Thanks for tuning in to the Manila Bulletin Daily Rundown.